What was his purpose for creating time? God created time. He put man in time, but he doesn't live in it. So you got to be careful when you're dealing with God, because God created the stuff that he doesn't live in, and he put us in it to live in it. So when God deals with us, he is able to see the end from the beginning, even in the middle. So when he talks to you, he's really talking about something you're headed to. So when God says, be cool, you know it's going to be all right, because he knows what's coming. And if God said, prepare yourself, he's also telling you something's coming, you better tie yourself down. Because he always sees the end from the beginning. That's why he's called the Alpha and the Omega. But why did God create time? I'd like to draw your attention to a familiar passage, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, one of my favorite chapters, because to me this chapter reveals a struggle. But I want you to check verse 1, and it tells you why God gave you time. It says, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Let's check it again, because it's very serious. It says, to everything there is what? A season. That means everything has a season. Everything has a season. If it's a thing, it has a season. The next line says, unto every purpose there's a time under heaven. God is saying that everything that he created has a purpose, and that purpose for which it was created has a time attached to it to fulfill its reason for being. So everything that exists on this planet, including you, was brought into existence for a purpose. And that purpose has a season attached to it, and there's a time within which that thing's supposed to fulfill its purpose. Therefore, time was created for purpose to be fulfilled. Please make a note of that. Time was created for purpose to be fulfilled. This also implies that whenever there is something that God creates on this planet, he attaches a time to it. And I like the way it's written in this verse. It says, unto every purpose under heaven, there's a time. There's a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a time. That means there is a certain allotted period of time. That means you were born to do something, and you don't have forever to do it. All you get is a season. When God took you out of eternity and put you in time, he locked you down under a season, which means you don't have the time to waste time, because time doesn't wait till you discover your purpose. If you don't know why you was born, time is still moving. And if you discover your purpose at 90 years old, it's too late. That's why the Bible says in this same book, in the 12th chapter, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. Why? Because you want to discover God so you can discover his purpose for your life while you're young, so you can use your life effectively. Time was given to fulfill purpose. Time was manifested to operate in seasons. It's a very important point. Time manifests itself in seasons. Please write that down. Time is a complete period of duration that God placed us in. But that time manifests itself in seasons. For example, our year may be measured in terms of winter, spring, summer, and fall. But all of that is the year. So the year is the time, but the manifestation is the seasons. And when seasons change within time, you got to change with the seasons. Stay with me here. That means everyone's born in time, but everybody got to catch their season. When winter comes, you don't wear a swim trunk. Hello? Or when summer comes, you don't put on your mink. In other words, when seasons change, you got to adjust yourself. So all of it is time, but it manifests itself in seasons. Now, every season, according to God, is supposed to fulfill a specific